Hi everyone, I'm Mike.
And my name's Carl, and this is another episode of It's a Corepunk podcast. And yeah, before we jump into the news that Artificial Core put out, I just want to say thank you. We've noticed that a lot of people have been subscribing to the channel recently. I know that we haven't been very active with recent stuff, but it's just obviously with the state of the game, there hasn't been that much to sort of speculate on yet. But we are trying to get back
Yeah.
in the swing of things, and there is news today. So
There is.
yeah, Mike, what are we talking about today?
So, like you said, we've not heard too much since our last video, really, about the current state of affairs with the studio. They announced yesterday, so we got a post, an official Corepunk post, so it obviously pinged everyone. And this is what it said. We'd like to take this opportunity to share our thoughts and feelings and announce a decision we have made. For a long time now, we put a lot of care and effort into our Russian language communications. In return, we gained the participation and support of our community. A love of all things gaming united us. War, hang on, is that? Yeah, war. The damage and pain caused by war are profound. A majority of Artificial Core's employees are Ukrainian, and we cannot ignore current events. We have decided to suspend support for the Russian region. On May 17th, the Russian website, forum, and Discord channels will be disabled. We thank you all for your understanding and support. So this, yeah, like I say, this came yesterday. It came as an official post. And as you can see, there was a lot of reactions. Obviously, because we can't type, you could see a lot of people have seen it. The discords themselves have been quite busy,
Yeah,
shall we say.
active.
And personally, I am not surprised. I feel if you look at it on a deeper level than just face value, because I think you could easily look at this and go, well, that's just daft. Obviously, the people in Russia majority aren't involved in the war. A lot of them disagree with it, but obviously from I imagine a personal perspective, like I say, the predominant base of Artificial Core's employees are Ukrainian, and it's
Yeah.
they ain't had a good time. Like we talked
No.
about in the last one, how they've had to uproot everything. So
Yeah, you wouldn't want to put resources into sort of a part of your company game that is sort of currently at war with that sort of country.
yeah,
Like
a
that,
bit,
it must be. It's a difficult thing, isn't it? Because obviously they've gone through some tragic events, horrible things, and then they're trying to then make their game run for the country that they're currently at war with. It's such a tricky situation, and I'm not well sort of experienced enough to really give a great comment on it. Other than it is such a shame for those in the Russian community who obviously are against the war, looking forward to the game of Corepunk, and now because of what's happened, it's now being pulled from them. But you
yeah,
can't hold it against Artificial Core either. So it's just a bad situation for all, really, isn't it?
yeah. No one really benefits from this.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's something to be said, and it does make sense. Like the we're aware, we've talked about on all of our episodes how passionate and how much of their heart the developers put into this game. And I've kind of if I was to be like thinking, well, what would I feel if I was putting my heart into something I loved and doing something that costs time and resources to something that indirectly has hurt you, like it has affected them.
Yeah.
It'd be very hard to be like, this feels okay. Like
Yeah.
putting something, your love into something that has hurt you or at least affected you in some
Yeah.
way. So like you say, it's really hard to make that choice. And like I say, no one really benefits from this, sadly. But tough love, sometimes it just has to be. like sometimes people
It's
have
like
to
it's like
make
all of the
shit
sanctions in it.
choices.
I think we were talking about in Discord. I think you said it. These are the reason for sanctions like this to pull stuff out of Russia now. So the sort of the people sort of stand up and say, no, this is wrong. We need to stop this and try. And that's why people are pulling stuff out of Russia so much. So, but
Yeah, and it's not new. This has been going on pretty much most of 2022 now, and we're
yeah,
we're well into May. Um, and I you see game like changing a translating a game into Russian. I imagine takes quite a lot of resources. It's not quite as simple as maybe going English to Dutch and stuff because of the script. Like
yeah,
the Russian script is so different.
yeah,
I don't know how you code that, like, because we're not the developers, but I can't
yeah.
imagine that's an easy job at the best of
No,
times.
no, of
And then you
course.
throw in this kind of spanner into the works, and you know, and you know, it- yeah, I totally get it. It's crap, and I know there'll be plenty of Russian people who, like, say, will feel like they've been hard done by, but
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It,
ah,
it,
like there's no easy way to say it, but like it's like, well, that's just how it has to be. Sometimes you can't have things, and at the end of the day, these guys are the ones who are pouring their heart and soul into it,
yeah.
and they want to do it for the right reasons and not to save face or not do it for all the wrong reasons. So um they've still got a bit of time. The 17th of May, as of recording, we're on the 11th, so there's still a week um
Yeah.
where people can, I guess, I imagine, if I was, I don't know for sure, but I imagine now the people who aren't obviously pro Russia, however, I don't know how you define it properly, um, but I imagine those people will maybe be starting up their own communities, maybe to
Yeah.
keep it going, and
I
they
think, yeah,
may just
before
have
we
to,
move off from that, I think it'd be good mentioning this, and I've just been frantically pulling it into the other scene for us. But
yeah,
uh, Blackout did say that after this happened yesterday, he translated one of the posts in the Russian Discord, and so it read like this. It says, "All the best to you, Artificial Core. Your project is wonderful. Without any sarcasm, your project was charged. Although we have never tried it ourselves, know that those who were waiting for this project living on the territory of Russia did not influence the situation in your country in any way. Yes, many lives have been destroyed, families have been destroyed, but I, as a person who lives in Russia, is not involved in any way, and I am not responsible for my government. After all, everyone repeats games outside of politics. This is not about you, alas. In fact, right now I have a lot of thoughts and double feeling. Obviously, it's a translation. I imagine some of this is wrong.
yeah,
Uh,
mixed emotions.
yeah. I hope that it's not I hope that this is not the final decision, and when all of this is over, you will still give the Russians the opportunity to have access to your game and not be a burden to you. Um, we wish your project to see the light of day, live long, and have a large, friendly community. All the best to you. And I thought that was a really positive response after
Yeah,
obviously they've just lost the game. So I just wanted
yeah.
to bring that in before we sort of moved away from.
Yeah, and they highlight it well. It's always that thing of, it is in life. It's the few that spoil it for the many, and I think this is very much that, just on a quite a large scale, because obviously you're literally talking about a whole population of
Yeah,
people who are now suddenly not, unless they also happen to understand any of the other languages. So because there are other localizations going on. So if they're fortunate enough, maybe it doesn't affect them because they will just be able to play it if they do know English or
yeah,
one of the other languages. Um, but yeah, again, it's the few spoiling it for the many. But I don't feel like Artificial Core are making a bad choice here. I
no,
feel like it's a needed choice. Um, and like you say, hopefully that something like this. I know the game's small in the relative size of the world. But these necessary sanctions, however you want to put it, or will maybe help the bigger world picture in that something needs to change. And I like the positive side of it that they say hopefully maybe further down the line,
Yeah. Let's
we
not
might
close the
meet
door
back.
forever, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
our paths may cross again, and times may be different, and it may be possible. Um, but as of now, obviously they need to make this stand, and I fully get it and appreciate it because you know we'd be the same any country. You never want to see war regardless.
No.
No one benefits from it.
Do you
um
think that this will now
apart
free
from
up
the
those
few.
resources to get this beta out quicker? Do you reckon we will see the beta anytime soon? Um, yeah, I don't know. At this point, we just
Gut
keep saying
says
it, don't we?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, gut says yes. I feel because like I was saying, the whole scripting of I don't know how easy it is to translate into Russian. I just feel from looking at the Russian channels on the Discord, like I've been on ones where they've had German ones, and you kind of go in and you can kind of sus, like, from our school
it's
days of, like, and I feel like Russian is it's so drastically different. It's like when you go further east and you see the localizations for like China, Japan, and that they literally have to spend years doing that because even though the game is fundamentally the same, the localization is such a big job. Like Lost Ark,
yeah,
which obviously has just come out in the Western audience, which has been out in Korea for 3 years.
yeah,
It's taken 3 years to get it, so I imagine it is a lot of resources. And if that allows them to now focus on just what they've got now,
yeah,
whatever's on their plate, without having to think, right, we're going to add this model, we need to translate it, call however it is it's done. So I'd like to think so. I think we're already on the verge of beta anyway. We're getting to the end of spring. We were told we'd get some news, uh, and we're kind of getting into that thing. So I already feel like we were due it.
yeah.
I feel like this is something potentially they've had to do. And I mean, you could even look at this. Why have they left it to the 17th of May? Is that
Are they wanting to
is
drop
that
that?
going to be drop news
Yeah, is this
that
trying the
day?
bit of bad
Like
before the good news? Yeah,
before the goods? Yeah, you've got to have a bit of rain before the sun and a rainbow.
yeah,
So, um, fully get it. Hopefully, this does mean they can drive the resources selfishly, so we can get the game back quicker. Like,
yeah,
I'm a consumer. I want the game. We talk about it every time.
yeah,
I cannot wait to play this game. It's like, give it to me.
yeah,
Um, it's just again, no one really benefits from this,
yeah,
but it is a definite need. Yeah,
yeah.
just there's not really much to
Yeah,
say.
I just wanted to.
Um,
The main reason I wanted to do this video is because the last video that we did, this someone commented on our channel saying, "Thank you so much for this." There's a lot of us who don't see the Discord or aren't a part
yeah,
of it, so that's why I wanted to just highlight
yeah,
what's going on, touch base a bit. We can say that if you have watched any core punk content,
content.
if you have watched any Corepunk content across YouTube, you will have either seen Divalin or Blackout Gaming, and both of those guys will be coming on our next episode. We've been lucky enough to sort of become friends through creating Corepunk content, and they've kindly said they'll jump on a podcast with us.
Yeah, it'd be good to get a. I feel like we are due a um not recovering old ground, but it'd be good to get some new, different perspectives from our own, and kind of renew that. Hopefully, this is that, like you say, the path to it. Us getting good news, and we can
Yeah,
start ramping that up, and
the turning
get a
tide.
good, get a good energy out there because we've talked. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. The corporate Discord isn't the most positive, and it
No,
hasn't been for a while. So it'd be great to be able to turn that tide and kind of get maybe beta dates, maybe the beta, like kind of these
Yeah.
things. And like you say,
Just get
block out the
excited
wall and
about the game again.
yeah, just get
Get
that hype
excited.
because it's there. It's there. We're all waiting for it. So let's it's just a shame it has to come from the circumstance it does, but that's
Yeah.
how life goes sometimes. You gotta
So
deal with
yeah.
the hand you've been dealt.
So yeah, stay tuned on the channel. We've penciled in the recording date for the 28th, I think it is. So the
Yeah.
episode will be soon after that on live on this
Yeah,
channel.
early June, late May, early June.
Yeah,
Depends how quick we
we can get it together. But
turn it around. Yeah.
don't have a clue how long that chat will go, what we'll be talking about yet, but it'll be fun. Be
Yeah.
us like so. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great having, like you said at the top of the episode, it's fantastic having people interact with our videos. Like we're getting people interacting our videos that are months old. So
Well, it keeps us going,
the
doesn't
one
it?
the one for Corepunk is there. Like
Yeah.
people were on the PvP and the PvE video just saying, "Oh my god, like this is great," and we love interacting with you all.
It's great.
Any
It is probably worth mentioning that we are now both doing separate other content on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'll put in a link for both of our stuff in the description below. We've both got channels. Mike's currently playing Final Fantasy 14.
I am.
I'm doing a bunch of different videos and bits. So
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, it's good. It's good time. So if you do enjoy this content, maybe come check us out over there. We're always streaming. We're always doing something.
Nice.
And yeah, hopefully we'll be back with some good Corepunk news soon.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Right. We'll send it on a yeah, boy. Right.
Yeah.
See you later, everyone. Bye bye.
Take care.